Welcome to our Boulder Chamber members and the Boulder business community for another edition of our Chamber Chat, which is our opportunity to talk to you about the work that we're doing with the Boulder Chamber, but in collaboration with all of our other business support partners to address your needs and make sure we're helping you to get through this challenging COVID-19 response period. So as I've said in the past, our key focus of our efforts at the Boulder Chamber have been to A, provide you with the information resources you need to continue your operations and or to prepare your business for the recovery period and to help your workforce. And then second, our efforts are focused on making sure you have the financial resources to sustain through the COVID-19 response time. So let me focus on both of those for a brief moment. First, on the information side, you need to know that the Center for Business Support Resources are found on the Boulder Chamber website. Our staff has been working diligently to take in all of the information resources, synthesize it, and then provide an easy, accessible way for you to navigate to those resources for yourself, your business, and your employees. So please check that out at boulderchamber.com. Excellent new updated resources and navigation tools. Second, we've done a number of different forums that are designed to provide you with information that is relevant to your business operations during this time and to help you understand the nature and scope of the crisis situation and how others are responding to that. So along those lines, I want to make sure you know that we will have an information session next week on cybersecurity. That's next Thursday, April 16. We will have experts from Compudyne, Rule 4, which was one of our Boulder Chamber Leader Program awards this year, and Verizon. Excellent resource as folks are moving to online resources to do their business. How can you protect your information, data, and make sure that you are operating in a safe manner? And finally, I just want to be clear that we have been working collaboratively with our alliance partners, and that includes the City of Boulder, as well as the Downtown Boulder, the Convention and Visitors Bureau, the Small Business Development Center, and communicating information collectively so that we cut down on the number of emails that you're getting and make sure it's synthesized. So second, the resource front, dollars that support your businesses. We had this week a forum with the Small Business Development Center that provided to our business leaders specific information on how to apply for the SBA funding and the steps that you need to take with your lending institutions to make sure that that funding gets to you as soon as possible. That resource is now online, and it is something that you can access. You can review the video as well as the list of funding institutions that we have that are participating in the SBA programs and the documentation that you need to fill out in the different forms. All of that is available to you online. Make sure to access that so you can get those resources as soon as possible. I want to acknowledge up front that there have been some challenges that the businesses have faced in getting those resources and having them get to them as soon as possible. We are trying and pushing to make sure that we can get those resources to you soon. And we're trying to work through the red tape with our federal delegation to make sure that that funding stream opens up and is smoother going forward. I also want you to know that we are making collaborative appeals with the City of Boulder and our other advocacy partners to identify other resources that are coming through the state of Colorado from the federal government, as well as additional funding packages that are being developed to make sure that those resources come to our community and help meet our needs. So we are going to be the voice for business interests as well as our community at large to make sure that those funds are available to meet our needs and help build our economy going forward. And finally, but not least, we had the great pleasure of working in collaboration with the Community Foundation Boulder County to set up a new COVID-19 Small Business Relief Fund. This is a fund that is going to provide critical dollars to our businesses to help them address short-term one-time needs. And that fund was developed and supported by a number of great partners, including the City of Boulder that has set up $200,000 contribution to that fund, as well as the Zayo Group, which contributed $50,000. And I want to now have the opportunity to introduce Jeff Hirota, who is the CEO of the Community Foundation Boulder County, and have him just speak a little bit about the fund and some of the other work that the Community Foundation is doing to support our businesses and the community during this time. Welcome, Jeff.
Thanks, John. Well, the Community Foundation is really honored to be partnering with the Boulder Chamber on this important effort. When the president declared a national emergency, it enabled the Community Foundation to make grants beyond the nonprofit sector. And the business community is an absolutely essential fabric of our community well-being. And so we were just delighted to have this opportunity to partner with the Chamber. The Chamber will be doing a lot of the heavy lifting, as it always does, but the Community Foundation will help with the grant review process of the distribution of the grants. And you can go to the Community Foundation website to see a link on its main page to how to get involved and how this will roll out. It'll be a relatively quick process, and we'll convene a group of volunteer folks to sit on the advisory committee to recommend these grants and try to get them back out to you just as quickly as we can. We realize that businesses are essential people in our community. They provide necessary goods and services, and we believe this is an important thing for the Community Foundation to be a part of, and we're honored to be part of it. As you know, we've also set up a COVID response fund for safety net provision. A lot of the organizations that are serving people who are most vulnerable at the time of this crisis have already been funded in 2 waves, totaling $330,000 so far, with the support of the Knight Foundation as well. The next waves are being prepared in 3 phases. The first, mitigation, the second, intervention, and the third, recovery. And we're about, I think, to enter the intervention phase. So we'll continue to keep you informed of that. You can find more information on the Community Foundation webpage about how to get involved in that effort as well. So thank you so much, John, for the important work of the Chamber. We're privileged to be a partner with you.
Jeff, you are a great friend and resource to our community. I know you're preparing for your retirement, and this was probably not the expected circumstances under which your retirement, and I can only thank you so much for being so focused on our community's needs and all the amazing work that the Community Foundation Boulder County does to support our businesses and our residents during this very challenging period. I also wanted to have the opportunity to introduce you to another partner in our Small Business Relief Fund, and that is Lauren Lambert, who is the head of external affairs for the Southwest region for Google. They have stepped up in a big way, and I want to just have a chance for Google and Lauren to just tell us why they're part of this and to what other things that they're doing in this community to address our needs during this time. Lauren, thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks, John, and thanks, Jeff. So appreciate all that both of you and your organizations are doing for the Boulder community. As you both know, Google loves being a part of the Boulder community. We also know that this pandemic is having significant impacts on our local economy. And that's why the Small Business Relief Fund will hopefully help our small businesses weather this period. So whatever you can give, please consider joining us and supporting this fund. We're all in this together. If you need additional resources, Google's doing our best to make sure when you search for COVID and for unemployment resources and small business relief, that when you look online, you can find accurate information at the top of your search results. So hopefully that'll help you and your families as you get through this period.
Lauren, you are such a great asset to our community. As we know, also Google is such a pillar of our economic strength. So thank you so much for being committed to supporting our community and for your leadership in this response effort and the contribution that you're making to the Small Business Relief Fund. So just a couple last things from me. First of all, with respect to the Small Business Relief Fund, we are seeing that we have additional resources, and we imagine the expectation is there's going to be great demand for those resources, but we are committed to getting them out into the community as quickly as possible. So the current timeline is that April 10, we will open the application period. April 20 will be the submission deadline, and we purposely kept the application simple to help you get those resources as quickly and as conveniently as possible to address your immediate needs. And then April 21 through May 5, we'll be doing the review and expect to be hopefully getting those resources out by May 22nd or earlier. So that's the current timeline. Again, the idea is to get resources in the hands of our businesses now so that they can implement, keep their operations going, and or prepare for the recovery period. I also want to just recognize that the Boulder Chamber wants to contribute to this financially as well. And we're having a special incentive, among other contributions that we've made already. 25% of any new membership revenue will be going to support the fund. So encouraging members to join us, but also to make sure that we are contributing dollars toward the recovery of and relief of our small businesses. So that's a wrap for me. We will have all of the details that we described in this video below and as an accessible tool for you, to the dates and times of different activities and access to information about the Small Business Relief Fund. But as I've said before, these are challenging times. I expect that we're all going to have to work together. And just one small example, you might have noticed a little change in my outfit. Thank you, Tom Bagley from Bluestone Productions, for this wonderful new shirt and embroidery. So we're all in this together. And so as I say, stay healthy, stay cool. We're going to get through this, and we're all in this together. So I'll see you next week. Have a good weekend.